So I used to be a full-on party girl, and around 6 years ago, I accidentally quit drinking. Um, Not something that I intended to do, but I did. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how I stopped drinking and what life is like living without alcohol. My name's Maria. This is the Kind Chat Room, the place where we treat ourselves with a bit more kindness. Before I begin, I just want to say that I'm quite aware that there are some people out there that are really struggling with alcohol, that have real alcohol addiction, and I do hope that you're getting the help that you need. But this is my story. As I say, it was an accident that I quit drinking. It begins, August bank holiday. I'd met up with some old school friends, we'd gone away, and we had 2 full days of drinking. And I'd already made my mind up before then that I'm going to have a month off. I'd had a really good summer of lots of partying and enjoying myself with friends, socialising, and I decided that, month off alcohol. So I decided to do a dry September. So even though I didn't have a lot of social events during September, I was partial to a little tipple at home. If I wasn't out on a weekend, I would still be at home, I'd still have a drink, liked Prosecco, liked a little bit of lager, gin and tonic. So what I did was I bought the alcohol-free versions of it, and on a Saturday night, if I was staying in, or a Friday night or a weekend or whatever, I would still put my alcohol-free drinks in a nice fancy wine glass, my G&T with a slice of orange, and it was alcohol-free, but I made an occasion of it. It still felt like I was having a drink, even though I wasn't. Yeah, that made it so much easier than just sitting there with a cup of tea. However, what I didn't expect was how good I felt. I'd got so much energy, I slept better, I felt better, my head felt clearer. I got my weekends back, didn't spend the mornings in a foggy heap on the sofa. I'd got energy, I was going out and I was doing things. So my skin was clearer, it was less bloated, and I also lost weight, which was amazing. So at the end of September, what I didn't expect was how good I felt. So I decided to do another month. I did October as well. Carried on doing the same thing, and I wasn't really missing it. I wasn't really missing the alcohol at all. And I got to the end of October. I thought, right, well, let's do November. That's 3 months then. That's a really good little figure in it. 3 months. Done 3 months without alcohol. Just proving it to myself, really. And then, obviously, end of November, it was December coming up. I was like, I felt so good. I felt so much better in myself. And it was the ultimate challenge. It was, can I do December? Can I do party season without alcohol? So I challenged myself. And yeah, it was tough at times because, you're socialising with friends and they're like, come on, you got to have a drink because it's Christmas. But I didn't. I really sort of stuck to my guns. And though I did have one little hiccup, no pun intended, me and my mum went for our traditional Christmas Eve meal out, and I usually get this dessert, and it's just like an ice cream sundae, but it's got Baileys drizzled over it, and I thought, well, it'll be fine. It's a pudding. And oh my God, as lovely as it was, I instantly could feel the alcohol in my bloodstream. And I have to say, I felt a little bit tipsy. I really, really could feel the alcohol after just 3 months of being off it. I really felt tipsy. But so that was the only little bit of alcohol that I ever did have. That actually, I discard that. So yeah, got through party season, got through Christmas, got through New Year. And in the UK, we have something called Dry January. And I decided, let's do Dry January, let's carry on. Doing all the same things. It's easier, it's a lot easier these days because we have got all the zero alcohol things available to us. So even if you're out socialising, you can still feel like you're having a drink. You don't just have to have your, diet Coca-Colas and things like that instead. And it does make it easier. So yeah, I did my Dry January, and by that time I'd done 5 months. So I was like, right, come on, let's just do 6 months. I kind of got addicted to not stopping. It's like, come on, you don't need it. But then it was like, well, can I do a year? And I decided, right, I'm going to do a year alcohol free, and then I'll probably have a drink again. So yeah, I just carried on throughout the year, throughout the summer. And then everyone's like, oh yeah, you've done a year alcohol free, you're going to celebrate, you're going to have a drink. And I decided no, because I remember how I felt after having that little titchy bit of Baileys. I was actually scared to drink. I was actually scared to how I'd feel. I didn't want to feel that hungover feeling the day after. I didn't want to feel out of control again. And yeah, there is part of it when you're drinking, when you have a first couple and you get that nice sort of feeling that you do miss. But I just didn't want everything else that went with it. And I decided no. I decided I'm going to carry on this journey and see where it takes me. What I will say is it's not the easy ride that I've just made it out to be. It affects your mental health. I struggle with my mental health anyway. But I'm an all and nothing girl. I can't sort of compromise. Compromise. Is that the right word? There's no in the middle for me. It's all or nothing. So I'm either drunk Maria or I'm sober Maria. I used alcohol as a crutch. I used alcohol to help me numb. I used it for my anxiety. The thing is, the following day, it would make my anxiety 10 times worse. But yeah, it gave me my confidence. And yeah, you take that away. So what that leaves you with is just your thoughts. And you've got to learn and find a way to work with them. And it gives you a lot more self-awareness. You've got to learn, you're basically relearning who you are, who the authentic person is, the person that hid behind the mask of alcohol. So it can initially feel quite difficult as you're adjusting to being a different person who's not drinking all the time. And yeah, you do deal with things differently, because if you have problems and things that you've got to work through, or you have a bad day at work, yeah, I used to come home, glass of wine, take away the stress and things. But if you have any issues or problems, you have to learn to work through them without the alcohol to sort of use as a crutch. But at the same time, you work through it with a little bit more clarity and everything's a little bit more clearer. So yeah, it's you probably make better decisions But it is hard, and your life changes. Um, you prioritise different things. You get forgotten about sometimes as well. Your friends change because the ones that you used to go out partying with will forget to invite you. Um, I'm really fortunate that I have a group of friends who still include me. They know that I am still going to go out, regardless of whether I drink or not, and I'm going to get myself on that dance floor or on that karaoke and not give monkeys. Because you learn to find your inner confidence without the alcohol. I mean, I would never, ever have dreamt to be doing something like this for starters. Yeah, it gives you a little bit more self-belief in yourself because you're not hiding behind that mask anymore. So 6 years on, it was, yeah, probably the best accidental thing ever. And I'm not saying this. I'm not saying this to be a smug, sober person, because I know how hard it is. Will I ever drink again? I'm not saying I never will. I can't imagine it. But you literally just, same with anything really. It's one day at a time, and the further down that path you go, it just gets easier and easier. So I hope this has been useful. Obviously, it's not a how to quit drinking video, but it just, that's how I did it. This is my story. Just setting myself little challenges, little goals. And yeah, I can't believe it either, to be honest. None of my friends can believe it. As I say, always the last one staggering. Um, so yeah, if you've managed to quit drinking, or if you're trying to quit drinking, let me know in the comments. Let me know how you got on or how you're getting on. Put your little hints and tips that could help someone else. And in the meantime, I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. That'd be fantastic.